breakfast puppies?
This podcast contains adult language and content and is meant for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to the Glitterbois.
Rifts is a really big world, and it's incredibly well developed. There's so many factions and races and creatures and nation states and thoughts and ways of being, and there's the vast majority of stuff. But there's really only one date, and that's the Rifts date, the date where they changed the year from after the founding, right? It's CS time, basically, right?
Yeah, post-apocalypse calendar, I believe, is considered to be synonymous with the founding of the coalition states.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the founding of Chi-Town. You know, I don't remember the Rifts. The calendar is so confusing to me sometimes.
Either way, that's the only mention of any special day. And as we approach what we here in America call Thanksgiving, which is what it's basically our day of gluttony.
Yeah.
To fatten us up for the winter because, you know, we were a skinny and lean people. It started me thinking, I wonder what the various factions, kingdoms, and races of Rifts do for the various holidays. Like, does Chi-Town have a Prossic Day? Does it have a 15 minutes of hate every morning? I mean, what are the major holidays of Rifts Earth? So I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of local ones that are just wherever the local strong point was founded. Right? You have, like, you know, Chi-Town and the Burbs. You have all that. You have the coalition, but you also have things like Atlantis has come back. You know, the first time, you know, Stonehenge sent out a huge burst of power. There's lots of things that happened all over the world in all the different cultures. And I'm wondering if any of our present holidays survived. Like, is Christmas still a thing?
Well, let's look at what holidays tend to be. Outside of Rifts Earth, just in general, holidays tend to be things either connected to the seasons and like our own common holidays that we recognize as not national holidays, but like universal holidays tend to be things like the solstice or harvest things related to the seasons, and often things related to early civilizations interaction with and affectations by said season. That thing.
Seasons.
Yeah. And so we associate like mythical characters with some of them, or they tend to be things related to the region, the local, the customs, history of the people. So the collective consciousness understands, remembers this was the important day when our nation was founded, or this was the day when that asshole failed to blow everything up, or something like that. So we'd want to look at major experiences that would either be that would have an effect on the local public consciousness, or in the case of the coalition, definitely events that would be created by the government to celebrate something that they wanted the public to remember. For example, the one I was just giving, Guy Fawkes Day, 5th of November, of course. Now, we in America only know anything about it thanks to Alan fucking whatever his name is and V for Vendetta and that stupid fucking movie. But
I liked it.
But we in America, we think of the 5th of November as a time to celebrate, you know, chaos and time to fight back against the man and wear that stupid Guy Fawkes mask. But most Americans have no idea that Guy Fawkes was a failure. Like the British don't celebrate it. They celebrate it they
celebrate burning him.
Yeah, they celebrate him sucking butt. Like he was the worst terrorist ever.
Yeah, he got caught with a wheelbarrow.
Yeah. So things like that, though, are created by the government. So like, hey, don't forget, people failed to fuck us up. We're awesome. Remember this day kind of stuff. So I think the coalition would have a lot of these propaganda events.
Agreed. I also would like to put one forth for consideration, which is a Black Friday analog. You said Archie has his own company?
Yeah, Triax. Not Triax. No, the other one. Now
We
I can't
just talked
remember
about it. Yeah, I
Titan.
forgot it too.
Titan,
that's
beginning
right.
with a T. Yeah.
So I think they have a Black Friday analog where they just blow out all of last year's models of, guns and rail guns and mecha and...
I don't know if Archie would. It seems kind of interesting. He might, but Northern Gun definitely would. The Northern Gun Nation is basically a corporation. I can totally see them having a Black Friday kind of analog. Yeah.
Does it come with free Prime shipping or?
I mean, maybe they got drones. Why not?
I would agree that seasonal events are still there when the calendar turns and the seasons change. But do the seasons still change on regularly?
That is a good
These are
note.
the riffs. And how does that affect people who are used to this? Like all those people are generally long dead, but I mean, that's like a racial memory.
Well, we are assuming that there are farmers. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Then farmers. And then we are assuming that farmers are to a point of importance that they have a major impact on whether or not the majority of civilization gets to eat.
Yes.
Okay. That means that farmers would have a major impact on local customs. They would have seasons. They have to have seasons if we have a farming culture here. In order for something to survive in North America in the Rifts era, I'm just going to assume that there are basic approximations of what we consider to be seasons. That said, there's probably also not a lot of security in.
There's got to be a lot of weird events that go around with that, like the reign of silly string and poisonous frogs. That just so happens to happen because Rift's magic. How does that affect your crops?
And that's the kind of stuff I think that would make for holidays or memorable moments of a calendar that they celebrate. Hey, remember that year it rained frogs? This is the 8th year in a row that it didn't, or something.
Yeah. I wonder if it would be more like the Lankmar, where they had years they have numbered years, of course, but years named after notable events. Like this was the year of the year of the Splugorth. This was the year of the singing dragons. This was the year of the poison leeches.
Yeah.
But that's really calendar, not holiday.
Yeah. True. I'm thinking again, my mind is stuck on the coalition at the moment, but things.
Yeah, let's keep it North America just to keep it easy for us.
Things like the invasion of Tolkien or
Victory at Tolkien, I think they'd call it. Yeah.
The Victory Day or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the day that previous, was it Carl? Was it the Carl is dead? I forget. One of the Prosec's family was assassinated by the Federation of Magic, supposedly. And that would be a memorable event, something that they would have as a day of mourning,
I would still say even a propaganda state, right? So there's going to be a lot of hate. So I'm going to say there's something to do with magic. There's like what about come the fall? There's a witch hunt, like a literal witch hunt.
Ooh.
That's their Halloween analog, or like a magic hunt. And this is the time when old scores are settled, in the neighborhood. It's like, nope, fetch the burners. That's a magic user right there. And he has my lawnmower.
It's something kind of like thing. The Purge, but you got to go hunt down the mages, and it's like an annual day where people go hunt them down. And I imagine that a non-trivial percentage of the people killed on that day aren't actually mages. They're just people killed out of grudges. And somebody just throws a tarot deck on him and calls it good. See, he's practicing the cult.
I could see that one happening. I think outside of the protections of the higher city, like observances would be lower in like the coalition seat of power. Like the burbs, they would do the witch hunt because that's fun for them, you know, get a little power over their neighbors, hit those that have wronged them. But like the propaganda stuff, I imagine that's drilled in really heavy in the high town of Chi-town, in the rich parts.
Oh yeah, they eat that shit up.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I do believe that Christmas is present in Rift's Earth. If I remember correctly, it was mentioned in either the books by Adam Chilson, perhaps, or that it might have been mentioned in the short story Tales from the Chi-Town Burbs.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Christmas is in there. It could have been something else I was reading and some other game tangent sci-fi thing, but pretty sure I saw Christmas.
Okay. So we have Christmas. We have Victory Day. We have Hunting Day. We're going to need something for spring. What happens in the spring?
Oh, wait. The more we talk about Hunting Day, I'm actually picturing some kind of a coalition perversion of the Wild Hunt, where it's just like this long train of like masked people running through the burbs.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. Anyway, spring.
Led by Psy-Stalkers. Definitely led by Psy-Stalkers.
Yeah.
Wild Hunt. Like there's a hunt master.
And of course, Psy-Hounds.
Oh yeah. But here's an interesting campaign hook. There is a hunt master.
Ooh.
Who is like especially favored and gains like all kinds of power for that year. And each year a new one is crowned hunt master, and then they have other duties after that.
Yeah, there could be even like a grand hunt master, and then like locational hunt masters, and perhaps they they all have to gather in some kind of a parade or procession or something. And I like it. I like that a lot. Anyway, for the spring, I'm thinking it could be something like a Citizens Day, where there's some kind of like a special celebration of becoming a coalition citizen.
Oh no, that's really good. So what it is it's like when our president pardons a freaking turkey. What happens is like the hopeful citizens who want to move up in their life enter a lottery.
Ooh.
And Prossick just kind of puts his hand in a fucking helmet, pulls out this, and that person is raised from the slums. And it brings hope to all those hopeless people struggling in the burbs. That's their spring ceremony.
Now, what eventually happens to that person? Who knows? But it is definitely...
Well, he wasn't born here. He's definitely not around here. He's not our type of people.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah.
So that's their happy spring. Why did we choose the coalition?
Because we talk about them a lot. They're so present in the books. They have that, that skull motif. They're there. They're present. It's hard not to talk about the coalition. And you and me, we're born here in North America. Therefore, most of our games are set in the lands that we know that are familiar. Mm-hmm. And that's where the coalition is.
So we're going to call that one the lifting. We're going to have the Christmas one, the Christmas analog be Christmas. We're going to have the wild hunt, which gives us summer.
Summer. I'm thinking there's got to be some kind of a special, just because I like them so much, day about the Psy-Hounds, the dog pack. There's some kind of a celebration of man's best friend.
I'm trying to run with this, but I'm not seeing it.
Or maybe I'm not thinking of a holiday. I'm just thinking of an event. I think that there's a Dog Boy annual pageant. There's gotta be.
It's just Prossick rubs up, checks the teeth, grabs the genitals, moves on. These ones are nice and warm. The Dog Boy pageant. Oh God. I'm thinking like a bacchanal. Like the day of drunkenness. Not in like a purge way where no laws happen, but where you could wander the streets screaming. It's like a safety release day, because it is a very totalitarian top-down society, and a smart government would give the peasants a day to yell.
Screaming day.
Yeah.
Yeah, just screaming
It's
day.
like it's like a day where if it's not a capital crime, you're not going to get shot for it. Where you can rail against things, you can, yell at a soldier in the street and not get instantly shot down. Well, maybe not, but it's something along those lines. Where just a safety release for the fucking shittiness of the lower class life, and
it could be, yeah.
Or it's just beer day where they just fill up tanker trucks full of beer and park them on every street corner.
Yeah.
This is from your benevolent overlords. Get hammered.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Why not? Beer day. You got to keep them in line somehow, you know?
Bread and circuses. That's both, right?
These sound like good national holidays that would have been created by a government. I think, however, when you're getting out of major civilization and you're getting out into the wild lands, the frontier, you're venturing to those settlements far away from the control of the larger federal state. I think your holidays are mostly going to be, aside from the seasonal, the solstices and whatnot, I think your holidays are going to be entirely local creations. We're thinking like Jamestown kind of stuff, like the day that random guy dropped money from the sky. That's going to be something you celebrate every year. Or
well, you also think that oral history is a thing out in places like that too, though. I mean, you might have a lot of the old stuff still living out there. Like, why the fuck are these guys hiding eggs? What is that all about?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's how those things are passed down. Like a lot of these things are just kept alive in these out of the way places.
Yeah. So I think if game masters are looking to add some interesting holidays, honestly, think back to some of the crazy shit that's happened in your games, and think about what those crazy adventurers did on that one thing last time. And then imagine what if somebody saw that and it affected the local region way more than the adventurers knew. And then take that as inspiration to create a holiday in your new game, whether or not it involves the old players. If it does involve the old players, that's an even nicer touch, because when they come back and they find out that something that they did, which of course the locals got entirely wrong.
Yeah, they're either like worshipped as heroes or burned in effigy for what they did.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind when you're planning an adventure that something else might be going on in the town. Like, what would happen if your characters have to invade a lab, but everyone in that city is fucking shit hammered that day?
And another thing to think about is that some holidays make no sense whatsoever. You would have never expected it. You can only find it if you just randomly either look up events happening in a nearby small town, or literally get into your car and drive out into the bumpkin areas and just on a weekend look for a random festival. My wife and I went to one a few weeks back up in Longview, Washington, that we'd never heard of, called Squirrel Fest. It is a one-day celebration of fucking squirrels. Just squirrels. People in squirrel costume. There were furries. There were bands. There were merchants. There were tours of the city with focus on the squirrels of the area. Stop everything Rifts related and just move over to Squirrel Day. I need to know more about Squirrel Day. Just look up Squirrel Day, Longview, Washington. It's a thing. It's a festival in the middle of town.
That's only like 30 minutes from downtown, like Longview.
It was weird. It wasn't as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, but it was still pretty fun. There were a lot of vendors there and, some food cards and stuff.
Taxidermied squirrels?
Didn't see any taxidermied squirrels, but I saw a lot of squirrel art and a lot of squirrel shirts. Yeah.
I've always wanted an army of fighting squirrels taxidermied. So if anyone has a lot of dead squirrels and a penchant for taxidermy, I want my warrior squirrels. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.
You've been listening to The Glitterbois, a Palladium Books fan podcast. Glitterbois, Rifts, the Megaverse, and all other such topics are the property of Kevin Siembieda and Palladium Books. Please buy all their stuff and help keep them in print and making more games. You can order directly at palladiumbooks.com, and their entire catalog is available digitally at Drive-Thru RPG as well. Our opening music is 8-Bit Bass and Lead by Furby Guy from freesound.org. This closing music is Caravana by Philip Gross, available at freemusicarchive.org. All sound effects used are self-made or acquired via Creative Commons Zero license. If you like what you have heard, find us on Twitter and Facebook as The Glitterbois. That's BOIS. And check us out online at breakfastpuppies.com/glitterboys. And also join us on the Breakfast Puppies Network Discord at breakfastpuppies.com/discord. And if you want to help us out, please spread the word and help us build a community. Thanks again for listening. We'll catch you next time.
All right.
I'm sorry.
That's a great place to end it.
That was really a thing?
Yeah.
Squirrels?
Yeah.